Conservative Broadcast Journal is now streaming. We report on U.S. and world news by creating a whiteboard forensic analysis. And now, streaming worldwide from the CBJ Production Studios, here is our forensic investigative journalist, Larry Boltz.
Thank you, Ava. Ava is our announcer. She does a great job for us. This is our first whiteboard forensic report, and it is a remake of two other productions that we started out with. We hope you like this one. Now, today's top story is Cruz makes Jill Sanborn of the FBI noticeably uncomfortable. Now, stay with us because you don't want to miss a news clip of Ted Cruz and his very articulate grilling of the FBI, which we will feature in just a moment. And sliding off with that one. Just a word before we begin our report, however. Forensic journalism involves reporting that deals with carefully researched data that reports with a natural progression of facts. So, having made that clear, let's begin our first report. Our first bullet point, definite signs of evasive deception was observed. It is fortunate that for most of the time, most people will speak the truth, unless, of course, you're a sociopathic, a compulsive liar, or lying is something you do for a living. Well, the time to worry is when people become evasive or deceptive because they know that they have done something wrong. Now, this is clearly what we are witnessing when GOP Senator Ted Cruz questioned Jill Sanborn of the FBI. You don't have to be a psychological profiler to clearly see the FBI is hiding something besides their methods and means concerning January 6th. Next bullet point, no definitive answers were provided. As Senator Cruz relentlessly questioned FBI Assistant Executive Director Jill Sanborn during her recent appearance before the Senate Judiciary Committee on matters which the American people deserve an answer, it was apparent the FBI wasn't going to provide any answers. In fact, absolutely zero information concerning January 6th was extracted from Jill Sanborn. Sanborn's answers were nearly that of a guilty juvenile, clamming up just before receiving a paddling. Well, no ice cream for you, Jill. Our next bullet point, a pattern of rule breaking was recognized. In response to the FBI's circus performance, for lack of a better description, Senator Cruz sent a letter to Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Dick Durbin asking for an oversight hearing into the Federal Bureau of Investigation's pattern of rule-breaking into sensitive investigations. Now, the letter followed an audit obtained by the Washington Times that noted FBI agents violated agency rules at least 747 times during a period of 18 months while conducting unwarranted and illegal investigations into conservative politicians, religious groups, and conservative news media. Our next point, an unconstitutional display of police state action was implemented. Now, by breaking FBI rule guidelines, providing no cooperation, and a blatant display and disregard by questions posed by a member of the U.S. Senate, it is clear the FBI was not acting under the principles set forth in our Constitution. This clearly indicates that the FBI was not acting on behalf of the American people, but rather that of the left. Now, the FBI has clearly displayed a total disregard for the dignity of our constitutional republic. The evidence also clearly indicates that the FBI and those that control this agency have engaged in subversive acts which undermine our American way of life. Now, here now is an excerpt of the interview Senator Ted Cruz conducted with the FBI. What you are about to witness is a true U.S. intelligence travesty.
I want to turn to the FBI. How many FBI agents or confidential informants actively participated in the events of January 6th?
Sir, I'm sure you can appreciate that I can't go into the specifics of sources and methods.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants actively participate in the events of January 6th? Yes or no?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants commit crimes of violence on January 6th?
I can't answer that, sir.
Did any FBI agents or FBI informants actively encourage and incite crimes of violence on January 6th?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Ms. Sadburn, who is Ray Epps?
I'm aware of the individual, sir. I don't have the specific background to him.
Well, there are a lot of people who are understandably very concerned about Mr. Epps. On the night of January 5th, 2021, Epps wandered around the crowd that had gathered, and there's video out there of him chanting, "Tomorrow, we need to get into the Capitol, into the Capitol." This was strange behavior, so strange that the crowd began chanting, "Fed, Fed, 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 Fed." Ms. Sandburn, was Ray Epps a Fed?
Sir, I cannot answer that question.
The next day, on January 6th, Mr. Epps is seen whispering to a person, and 5 seconds later, 5 seconds after he's whispering to a person, that same person begins to forcibly tear down the barricades. Did Mr. Epps urge them to tear down the barricades?
Sir, similar to the other answers, I cannot answer that.
Shortly thereafter, the FBI put out a public post seeking information on individuals connected with violent crimes on January 6th. Among those individuals, in the bottom there, is Mr. Epps. The FBI publicly asked for information, identifying, offering cash rewards for information leading to the arrest. This was posted, and then, sometime later, magically, Mr. Epps disappeared from the public posting. According to public records, Mr. Epps has not been charged with anything. No one's explained why a person videoed urging people to go to the Capitol, a person whose conduct was so suspect the crowd believed he was a Fed, would magically disappear from the list of people the FBI was looking at. Ms. Sandburn, a lot of Americans are concerned that the federal government deliberately encouraged illegal and violent conduct on January 6th. My question to you, and this is not an ordinary law enforcement question, this is a question of public accountability. Did federal agents or those in service of federal agent actively encourage violent and criminal conduct on January 6th?
Not to my knowledge, sir.
Thank you.
Senator Leahy.